Good morning, everybody. Sorry, started with the wrong camera. Okay. Looks very light today, doesn't it? Have you opened those blinds?
No, I haven't touched it. I can't get down there.
Okay. I look like a ghost. Good morning, Suzanne. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you. Hi, Sue. Yep, Mum's here as well today, again. She'll be with me again tomorrow. You just ran over my foot with your wheelchair.
What's your foot doing over here then?
Well, it's at the end of my leg, Mum.
Oh, shut
Oh, dear. Oh, I've got trouble already. Okay, good morning, everyone. We've got cloudy but nice day here today. I hope it's going to stay clear because I've just done some washing. But we'll just see how that goes. Now, what I wanted to say today was for today and let me see if I can find it in here. Today and tomorrow we still have the two-tone cardstock on 20% off. I can't find it on there, so it doesn't matter.
You went and got that specially.
I did go and get it specially, but it was too late. So today I'm going to be doing the pears, but I'm also going to look at looking good there, Mum, Sue said. So move over. There you go. There she is. Beautiful. Yes, you are. So today I'm not only going to showcase the Perfectly Pears and Painterly Pears paper, but I'm also going to use the two-tone cardstock just to give anyone who hasn't seen it an idea of what you can do with it. And if I keep going like this, it's because I put soap in my eye and I can't get rid of it. So I'll Hi Marlene, how are you today? Good to see you. There's a lot of traffic going by. I hope you can't hear it too much. I can't even blame school day, can I? Because it's not even a school day. No. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go down to the desk. There we go. And, I might need to take it a bit closer. Let's see how, I've got it quite, that'll do. I actually put my, camera up a bit higher. I sat it on a book, as you do when you want to change something, because it was sort of sitting down here in my face. So I've moved it up a bit, so hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. So this is going to be today's card. Now, the design of the card came from Susan Campfield. Okay, so not the actual card itself. The rest of it's mine. But yeah, the card, as you can see, because it not only does it show off this side of the paper, no, I haven't. It's just really light and I don't know why. I haven't done anything. I just said to Mum, is it because...
Draw your blind, perhaps?
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, alrighty. Yeah, so is everything else light as well? Like, is it just my hair and my face that made me look like a ghost? Or, yeah, let me know if everything's too light and I'll see what I can do to change it.
The colour of the card's very light, isn't it?
Well, no, not really. I think that's pretty, yeah. Okay, so this is the card that I did. It shows off both sides of the DSP. Okay, and then on the inside here, I've just brought in a bit of the outside. So I've used the tearing technique, which works really well with the two-tone cardstock. And then I've just cut a piece of the paper. Thank you. I've just cut a piece of the, I actually die cut that. No, I didn't die cut it. I fussy cut that. I decided that I would do that. So that's what we're going to look at today. So I'm going to make this one, and then I've got an idea for another one, which I will show you. So just to start off with, All right, we start off with, there's lots of little bits and pieces here. We start off with a cardstock base, which is 5.5 inches by 6 inches. And then we score that at 4.25 inches. So we just score it there like that. And then fold that back. Bone folder. There it is. So we just fold that back like that, which gives us that little flap there. So then we have a piece of DSP, which is 3 inches by 6 inches, but you cut 1/2 inch off the bottom. So rather than do that, I've just cut mine at 3 inches by 6 inches. And then that's going to sit on here. Anyone who watches Susan will have seen her make this card. I think it's one of her favorites. Okay, so usually I put it that way, but I think, just having a look, I might just try it that way, although it might make it a little bit too busy, but we'll see. I might try it that way, which then gives us that on the inside as opposed to the outside. What do you think, Mum?
Yeah, I suppose as you say.
Or do you like it, prefer it like that?
That is prettier, yeah.
You like it that
it's
way?
Prettier side, yeah.
All right, we'll do it that way.
A bit too flowery, because it shows on the inside anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can see it on the inside. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some double-sided tear and tape, and I'm going to pop it down on just on that flap there.
When I did it, it was double-sided tape.
I still go to call it double-sided tape, but apparently it's now called, what did I say it's called? Tear and tape. And then we'll just make sure that that's down nice and flat so that we can get it up and lift. And because I've got no nails, it's hard. All right, so then I'm just going to, so what I'm going to do is stand up because I need to line this up. And it's not quite the same as having glue on there because you don't get much movement. So let's try that again, shall we? You need it to be up there and up there so that it's right on, and then bring it down so that it sits nicely. There we go. Alrighty, so we've got that on there with a little tad at the bottom there, which I will trim off afterwards. So that's what we've got there. Now with this one, and I didn't do it with the other one, with this one I'm going to emboss that piece of card, and I'm going to use the Glass and Gardens. Now I don't know if you've got these or not. Yes, they do look lovely, don't they, Sue? I think I've seen her make them a couple of times, and I've thought about doing it before. So this time I thought, because we've got this sort of shape here, I might use the one that is supposed to be the glass one, this one here. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in here, line it up down the bottom there, and you can see, I don't know if you can see on there, but you can also see where this comes off like that. So if you didn't want it just like that, you could move it right across here. Actually, I might do that. Move it across there like that, and then you've sort of got these lines coming off. So I'll just go and pop this through the machine, the machine, not to wake the cat up.
Where's the cat? Oh, up there.
There. Grandma didn't see you up there, Mr. Raj.
Learning how to make cards too.
His favourite trick is walking over everything before I use it. That's what
You're
he
pretty
does.
pretty cat. You're deaf, aren't you?
He is deaf.
You're like me,
He
you're
can't hear you. So we've got this piece that's now embossed. Now, what I've done here is I have used the two-tone cardstock. So I'm just going to pop that on there so you can see it's just slightly different colour. Now this strip was, don't.
That's what I was looking for.
Good. Is it's 1 inch by 5 1/4. So I can just stick that on there like that. It gives a very slight difference in colour. Hi Holly, and Holly said hello to you.
Hello.
So the two-tone cardstock is quite thin. So it's not really much use as a base, like a card base. I certainly wouldn't be using it for that because it is quite thin. Let's move that across like that. So that gives us that little bit of extra on there. You like that, do you? Oh, we're getting from the corner in the cheap seats here. Hey?
Okay.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay, cool. That's good. I'm pleased. Now, you're organising me, and I nearly lost a bit. Not really. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this piece here, and I'm going to tear it, which is hopefully going to give us something like that. I've probably cut it a bit wide. So if you always tear towards you and keep moving, just do it in little bits. This is what you come up with. If you tear away from you, the white will be on the other side. Okay, I've got some rather large white areas in there, so I can actually, it tears very easily. And I just want a piece big enough to use as a bit of a background. So we've got that, and I'm going to go around afterwards because there's a wee bit too much there for me. Too much white. Okay, so you're going to end up with any peculiar shape. So we could leave it like that, but for me, there's a little bit too much white on there. So I'm just going to take some of that off. And I'm tearing it the other way to take some off. It makes it easier. You can see. Very easy to work with. Now, 20% off of this is a great price. And if you're a demonstrator, you also get your discount. Okay, so if you're bronze or bronze elite, you get you would get, what do you get, 20% off, so you get 40% off. If you're silver or higher, then you will get your 25% plus 20%, so you get 45% off. So you're looking at almost half price. Alrighty, so we've got this piece here to go on there. Now, what did I do with that? I had everything. No, I didn't say you moved anything. I've probably moved it. Oh, here it is. So I sat down the other night and I cut out a sheet of this paper so that I could decide quite quickly and easily what I wanted to do. So I can either put something like this on here, which is going to make it very green. I could turn that way, but I don't want to. Or actually, I thought, where are we? This was the piece I used last time, and I think I'm going to use it again, and I might just might do a very similar, take out a couple of those pink flowers in a minute. So what I'm going to do, I know a lot of you dislike fussy cutting, but I think this time, what did I use? This time I'm going to use this larger piece here. And I'm just going to cut around that. And just, so of course with the fussy cutting, we're going to move the paper. We're not going to move the scissors. What do you reckon, Mum? Easier with the scissors or the knife?
Oh,
Oh dear, that was a grunt, wasn't it? She's looking at me here as though I'm just cutting around the pattern, Mum.
yeah, I can see that.
Well, why are you looking at me strange?
We never used to do that. Oh, we just was with a knife, did we?
That's what I just said. What do you
Yeah.
reckon? The do you prefer it with the knife, or would you? I mean, obviously you don't do it now, so it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, this is less fiddly because you don't have to worry about getting just inside the line and not leaving a white space like we used to. Now here, I'm just going off of the pattern a little bit because it was actually a piece right off the side. You right?
Yeah.
Still with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just thinking of, we used to cut in between all these bits.
Oh,
here,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. So this
Yeah.
now is going to go on here, and I'll probably just put a couple of, last time I did these, I did actually, I cut them with the die, but I'm just going to cut a couple of these out. See, if your hands worked properly, Mum,
If
I would get you to do this for me.
Yeah, I couldn't even do it because I can't use my right hand. I can't use, well, my left hand, I can't hold it with my right hand.
Well, that's because you're left-handed, isn't
I
it?
know I'm left-handed, but don't make much difference. Still no good to me.
We used to have a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't mind fussy cutting either. I really don't mind it. We used to have a lot of fun when Mum was teaching me to knit and crochet and do embroidery and all those sorts of things, because Mum's left-handed and I'm right-handed. And my knitting always had this extra little crossover stitch, didn't it? Because although I was right-handed, I did it the left-handed way. So I ended up with this little crossover stitch all the time. And then my mother-in-law, who was also an avid knitter, she got hold of me one day and she said to me, Lorraine, what are you doing? How are you getting that? And I said, it's because Mum's left-handed. So she taught me then how to do it without, that may be a bit big for on there. Oh no, we'll just put it across like that. Oh, no, we won't, because we'll have pears upside down. We'll put it across like that, I think. So the pears are up the right way. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this straight on here. So yes, between, oh, see, Suzanne's left-handed. She is too.
That's because we're brainier. Supposed to be.
Oh, goodness. Here we go. Who said that? Or did you just make that up?
No, I believe that people with left-handed brains.
Oh, well.
Except I didn't go to school.
Well, that wasn't your fault, was it? All right, so then I'm just going to lift that up with oh, okay. So Sue, you're left-handed as well? Yep. Look at all these left-handed people coming out of the woodwork.
People.
Yeah.
My brother was left-handed. My eldest brother was left-handed too. Just
Uncle Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the two of us, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so my son's I think it's ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Because Aaron can use
both
either hand,
yeah.
can't he? He tends more to be right-handed these days, but he does archery, and when he shoots the bow, he's left eye dominant. So, yeah. Hi, Daryl. How are you? See, Suzanne agrees that you must be brainy.
That's right.
My mother has never been anything but clever in my eyes, I can tell you, considering what she went through years ago. So Mum had polio when she was 4, so she didn't go to school very much. She didn't, when she did go, she screamed because she didn't like the headmaster, did you?
Oh, and he went about 2 years, if that, because the war was on and couldn't get to the
So we're just going to pop
shelters.
And I love hearing about all this stuff because so often it gets lost. And then, you know, you can't just go to anybody and pick it up, can you? You've got to have people that have lived through it. So Mum was separated from her family while she was in hospital because she was deemed to be.
That went back in.
Oh, did it? Yeah, they didn't know whether it was catching or whatever. So how long were you in there without your family?
No.
You were only little. You can't remember, can you? All Mum can remember is was it a fluffy rabbit or something? Doll?
A dog I had, but
a dog.
To bring it out.
See, that's how polio victims were treated back then. She wasn't allowed to
have sugar knobs every year.
Yeah, Ian and I used to have. My brother and I used to have. I know everybody had the sugar knobs, but my brother and I used to have extra ones. All right, so there's a little bit about. Hi, Nicole. Thanks, Holly. All right, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on these and just pop them randomly. This one's got a bit more on it than the last one. I'll pop that one there. Now, I don't want to cover all the tearing that I've done. So, all right. So now we've got those there, and pretty much that's it. So we're going to do the middle, and what I did with the middle in this one, I tore the outside. Now, because I didn't want such wide tears, what I did was I put a ruler down, I lifted a bit up, and then I pulled it against the ruler. Also, it gave me just that little bit more of a straight tear than the other one. Okay, so we're just getting, don't know what that is, but we're going to cover it up anyway, so that doesn't matter. So we're getting that, whoops. We're getting that edge. This bit doesn't want to do it, does it? So it's up to you whether you want the not necessarily straight edge, or whether you just want random. I'm only doing this because it's the inside of the card. There, that one did it. So that's what we've got for there. And then I'm going to put this on the inside. So I'm just going to trim this down a bit. I can't really give you a size for it because I'm just trimming it to fit really. So I'm going to take maybe 1/4 inch off there and maybe 1/4 inch off the bottom. So this is just for us to, oh no, that was 1/2 inch, Lorraine. What are you doing? Take 1/4 inch off there. And then I'm just going to put that on there. So we've got the edge around there, okay, the same as we've got on the outside. So not that in itself brings the outside in. What I love about these is you could use them for anything really. Like they're in anything card. Whatever floats your boat, that's what you can use it for. All right, and just pop this down on the inside. I think I showed you that, didn't I? My husband made me a holder for my glue, and I don't seem to have quite as much problems with the glue. Okay, so now we're just going to pop that on the inside, and we'll just have a look at these little pears here, quickly cut around them. Sometimes, you know, I think fussy cutting is quicker than getting out the die, setting it up. But hey, not everybody likes the same things, do they? All right, so we've got the pear there, which I'm going to pop down the bottom just to give that a little bit of outside, inside. I'll pop that on there. And then a little bit of wink. Yes, yeah, now that the sale's on, so you get 20% off, Kim. And if you're a demonstrator, of course, you also get your discount. So I've just popped a little bit of wink on there. I don't know if you can see it. And then just on the outside here, I'm going to put a bit more. I'm just putting it on the flowers. These are cute in here, aren't they? Cute little flowers. Here we go. And now we just want a little greeting. So I've got one here with a greeting on. I thought I had the small one here. No. All right. So I just thought maybe, I don't know. Well, I just want something small. So last time I just used the hello. And did I put it back in here? Yep, I did. No, that's not it. Hang on. Yes, I did. There it is there. Just use the hello. I don't know what I did with my tiny block, but this one will do. And then I'm going to use Old Olive. And we'll just see if I can get this on here. Beautiful. You watching the traffic?
I'm watching both of it.
What, both the traffic? And I'm just going to cut that there and there. And as you can see, I'd already used that on the back. Now I can put that down the bottom, which I think it might look okay down there. You like it down there?
The other one's at the top, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that then. And we'll use...
So you can still put happy birthday on there inside if you want to, can't you?
Yeah.
If you just use hello.
I don't... You know, I've never really liked putting greetings on until I know what I want them for.
That's right.
Otherwise, you end up with another card the same just because you need it with a different greeting on. So this one says hello, and that's going to show. Sorry, I just got too busy talking and not enough paying attention. All right, so I'm just going to pop the hello down the bottom on this one, like that. Put that there. And then, no choices today. So on this one, I used yeah, Mum's still here, Kim. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you can't.
No, I can't. So on this one, I used the Darling Duckling, I think they are. Little gems, and I actually don't mind that. Or I could go with the green. So let's have a little look-see. Let's work out how to open the packet first. Alrighty. Let's have a look. What does the green look like? Is it too lost on there, do you think, Mum?
I'd put it on the lighter one, wouldn't you?
Up here? I just wanted to put something in there.
Up there, yeah.
So we could do that. I think that's lost.
Lost?
What do we think? Do we think that green is a bit lost up there? It does sparkle, but I think it's a wee bit lost. So, that pulled the paper off.
You use two different colours. Put a yellow one up there.
No, I'm going to go with the yellow, and I haven't got a choice where I put it because I pulled a bit of the paper off there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when I took these off. And then just put that one there. And do you know, these are really stuck. That one there. So we've got the three little blobbies there. Your hands won't let you put that back in, will they?
They're not put the glove away. Oh, you've done it.
Yeah, it's just I
can do that.
I have trouble with it, so there you go. Pop that back in there. Alrighty. So clear the mess. And yeah, the yellow is better, isn't it, Holly? Yeah. So that's our card, which is similar, because this one I didn't put the embossed edge in, and I must admit the embossed edge does help, and this one has a much bigger front to it than this one. But again, look at that. See what I've done? It's upside down. I made sure of it with this one, and this one I didn't. I
wouldn't notice really. I see the pears are growing upwards. Yeah, yeah. That's all
anyway.
Right. Yeah, well, that's going to heaven.
I don't know. Well, I'm not going to pull it off of there, so I can always just put another piece over that. There's always a way to fix it, isn't there? Alrighty. So that was that, and now what I'm going to do, and you're all going to have to help me with this one because I've got some paper cut out and I sort of know what I want to do. Let me have it. I'm having some tea.
Go careful.
Mum says you always bring one in here. You never drink it. She's right. I don't. So this one, I probably won't. I do want to do some tearing the same, and I've got some different colors here, as you can see. And I just have to, I think that was the inside. That's that. And this is, so what I'm going to use on this one is elements of text. I absolutely love that. All right. and I'm pretty sure it's still current, but if it's not, I'm still going to use it. So I cut this at 6 by 5.5, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Out the way. Goodness me. So we're doing the same thing again and just folding that over. Yes, that's what I'm going to do, Kim. I'll add something else over the top of that. I'm not going to let it worry me, that's for sure. All right, so I've got that. And then for this one, I can either use that, which is the secret C, or, you know, that's where I went wrong with the last one. Remember, I was turning them upside down and round the wrong way and what have you. I'm going all that one. All right, so I do have a strip to go down here. Once that's on there. On here, I plan to use the text and I will emboss it. You know, like a mitt full of hundreds. Ooh. Yeah, a gift card with a mitt full of someone needs to give them to me first. That would work. All right. So I'm either going to do that, that's what I did last time, or I'm going to use that side.
If you put the pears on the front of it, it'd be too many pears, wouldn't it? Or you putting that?
So
yeah.
No, I'm actually going to put two things on the front here. Okay. So I'm going to tear this to put probably some pears on, a pair. And then this, well, let me stamp that first because I know what I'm going to do with that bit. So this is really trial and error, this one. It's just a case of, where's my block? Where's my stamp first? I'm going to use this stamp. It's my favorite. Make sure I've got it up the right way. And we won't, no, let's use the bigger block. Okay, so we're going to use that block and I'm going to stamp onto here. So because it's the bigger block, I'm going to take, so I'm using the Versamark and I'm hoping that there's plenty in there. I just really want to make sure that that's covered. I can see some spots in there that aren't. Not that it really matters because we know that. And then again, I'm just going to put that on there. It doesn't really matter whether it's straight or not. Right, so I've got that on there. Move that over there. Let's move all this out of here. And let me do the gold. And you know what I didn't do before I did that, don't you? I didn't use the little Buffy pink thing, the little pillow.
Oh, what for? Oh,
to stop it sticking everywhere. But in actual fact, it's not too bad. All right, so I'm just going to heat emboss this. A little bit of noise. There it goes. I'll just put that back in here. See, Mum, tools for everything. We used to use a piece of folded paper to do this. All right.
What a performance.
What do you mean, what a performance? Right, let's put that there. Let's get that back on there.
And there we go.
What do you want me to hot heat?
No, thank you.
This is gold on early espresso. Okay, but I do love gold on black too. So I am going to tear this, not because we're not going to get a white edge, but I just want it to look old. And I'm going to have to be very careful down here. This is what happens when you cut your nails off. And then up here. So you can do the tearing technique without the two-tone paper. However, you don't get the white. So we've got a little piece that looks like it's been ripped out of a book or something. So we're going to put that there. We're going to put that there. Then this is going to sit somewhere on here. And then I'm going to tear a piece just big enough to take the pears, I think. Or will I not put the green on this time? Will I just go with the pears? Let's see. Let's see what we're going to do. All right. So this time, put that under there for now. Did you put that back in? No, it's under there, isn't it?
What goes in there?
Nothing. It's all right. So before, let's do this one. I'm going to do the garden one of these. So as you can see, and always it's easier if you've got something behind it. You can see the roses. So I'm just going to do that on this piece here. Oh, sorry, Raji. Sorry, Raji.
You wake her up, Emma.
No, I scared him. Oh. All right, so now we've got that beautiful, I don't know if you can see that we're going to put there. We're also going to, before I do anything else, I'm just going to put that down there. So I'm going to use the tear and tape again. And this time, I will make sure, yeah, that it's all up the right way. Started off up here tidy, Mum.
You say that again.
Not tidy now. All right.
I don't know what that bit was for.
Hmm?
Just a spare bit. It was Daniel.
Oh, no, that's all right. Oh. So we'll take off that tear and tape there. I will put this on, lining it up there and there. And actually it's easier with the lighter card because I can see where I'm at. And then bring it down to there. And that does not look straight. Does it? Does that look crooked? No, it'll do. All right, and then we're going to pop this on here like this. And yes, it is crooked. I'll try and get that up. That looks better. All right, now I'm going to stick this piece down the side. So you could use whichever side you want. You could like use the embossed or the debossed side, but I'm just going to use the embossed side this time. A little bit of extra glue because of the embossing. And I'm just going to pop that there.
What's that little goblet of glue
Yeah,
there?
that's right.
Don't you get it on your thing?
That's still not as straight as I would like it to be, you know. Anyway, it'll do for now. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to pop up this, but I do need something else behind it. So let me, this one, I'm just going, this is the, as you can see, it's the two-tone. And I just want to, it does give quite some large white areas on it. That's going to sit. Okay, so we don't want too much off of here. Sorry if I took that off of there. And then, so I bought a mixed pack of the two-tone papers when, you know, when they first came out, sort of thing. So I didn't have the sort of colors that I would normally use with this. So I've had to sort of work with the green. You all right? Do you need a drink?
No, fine, thanks.
Okay, so maybe I'm going to do that. And I want that. And then I'm going to put maybe... I'm still thinking I need to go for the more... I know, I'm going to doctor that pear. That's what I'm going to do. After me telling you wouldn't have to move back, you're going to have to move back. Sorry, Mum. Okay, so let me get that. And I think I used that. So I doctored the pear yesterday.
It made a good job of it. It's on there, look. You've got it up there.
I don't think I used that actually. What did I use? What's that mean? Just go into the center there. I've actually got pumpkin pie. And I just want to give it, I'm going to cut that, so a little bit of a blush there. And then if we go into here, we've got the splatter. Where's the splatter? Here. Let me take that hello off of there and put it there. And then I'll be looking for it. You wait and see. And just a tiny bit of the, yeah, the assortment that, hang on, let me have a read up. Yes, yes. The assortment that I got was, it's under 3 ton of stuff at the moment, so I'll tell you all afterwards. I think it was the lights or the something like that. So all I'm going to do now is just doctor this pair because they have blemishes, don't they? We need a little more blemish on there somewhere. Just like that. Looks all right, doesn't it? So just to add that little bit of extra. Yes, that's it. It looks a bit riper, doesn't it? I got a little bit of the colour on the edge there, but that won't matter. So just cutting around the edge there. And then I want, actually this one I was thinking I should really put it on the, well, you know what, not going to, not today. And just cutting around. It's funny, I'll probably sit and fussy cut all those pieces there, and then they're done and they're ready to use. Of course, the alternative is to sit and die cut them. But I tend to do this sort of thing while I'm watching YouTube of an evening. All right, so we're going to pop the pear like that. Now, I don't like just having, so that's black. I shouldn't really use black. Hope I'm not going to muck this up, but I like to have a little bit of a mark where the pear, where the leaf goes. You know, the stalk doesn't grow out the back, does it? It doesn't grow out off the front either. It sort of grows out of a little hole. Anyway, so I'm going to stick this down. I still haven't really decided what I'm going to do. Yeah, and that's what I mean when I'm watching videos, because I love watching what other people do. I'm just going to stick that slightly crooked because I don't want everything looking nice and straight. This one I'm going to put up on dimensionals. Should really clear all this mess, shouldn't I? Would be a plan, wouldn't it, Mum? Oh, Mum's gone to sleep. Oh, no, I thought you'd gone to sleep.
Still here.
Oh, dear. You're not saying much today.
I go to sleep at night, not in the daytime.
Okay. You're not saying much today.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Oh, dear.
Oh, look, there's a big truck there.
Garbage truck.
That's a posh one.
It's a garbage truck.
Yeah, it's a posh one, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. Ours isn't all pretty like that.
Mm. Well, you better talk to your council then. So we want our garbage trucks prettied up like they've got them in Maryborough. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to pop it over there like that. And then in here, possibly, there.
You're coming over your writing.
That's the plan.
Oh, is it? Oh. I thought it was for people to read.
You can't read it. It doesn't actually say anything.
Oh, I see. Oh, I didn't know that.
It doesn't really say anything. There's a couple of words that you can sort of
pick it,
work out, but yeah. It doesn't really.
I didn't know that.
Right. Let's get that stuck in there. And get rid of some of the stuff on there. Okay. So we've got the pear, which I think I'll stick that up like that. So we'll use the dimensionals again. Wow, I don't know that I could be bothered, Kim, to get up and do it when I couldn't sleep. When I can't sleep, I never know what to do. I think, will I read, or will I do this, or will I do that? And yeah, Mum can just lay there. She tells me she can just lay there, and it doesn't matter whether she's asleep or not. Put a couple of little ones up here on the top. Now what I'm going to have to watch here is some of these bottom ones I'm going to have to do as doubles because we've already got a layer there. So I'm going to double up that one, and I'm going to double up. What are you waving your arm about?
I was wondering why you're putting it all that side instead of not putting that this side. Over that bit, you know what I mean?
No.
You're all on one side.
Of what?
You're putting everything on that side rather than this side.
Well, you can put it on the other side if you want.
No, I don't know. Just you have to look at it and see what it looks like. I don't know. It's just a thought. I do think sometimes, or try to.
So I can put the pear there.
Don't you think it look better there?
I can put it there. That's not a problem.
Did it look better?
We can put it there. We can absolutely.
Otherwise, it's like me, one-sided.
It's doctor's writing for sure. Yeah, it sure is. Okay, so Mum's choice is to have the pear coming up here. So we'll do that. Is that what you wanted?
That's better, yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. And do we need to put any little flowers or anything, or should we just leave it like that?
That's up to you what you put right there.
Because on the inside here, we've got that. I might just leave that on the outside like that. And then for the inside, I was just going to do... Oh, I need to cut that down. That's why. That is why. I was wondering why the measurements weren't actually suiting particularly well. So that was 6. So if I cut off a 1/4 inch, it's because, it's 5.5, all right. So make it 5 1/4. These were Sue Campfield's measurements, which are different to our measurements. It's warm in here, Mum. Aren't you hot?
No.
Okay, so I'm just going to pop this one down. I'll do it on here. I shouldn't really, but I'm going to. Let's pop that one down on there. And then this one, take 1/4 inch off of this one and see if that's enough to make that one work. Yep. And then just take 1/4 inch off of this one. I think my glue might have just about had it on there like that. Sorry, I'm holding it off. So we've got that and that. Now, I can put another pear on the inside, or, you know, the way I look at it, we've already brought the outside to the inside with the, yes, Suzanne. See you soon. With that there. So I might just leave that, and then I don't know whether to put the hello back on again or have something different. Yeah, that secret C on the background doesn't sort of really match in there with that, but that's okay. I can live with that. All right, so I'm not going to put anything on there at the moment because I just want to decide what I want to do with this one. So I will leave the sentiment side of things. And so that's our other card. Okay, so today we did this one. Oh, we could put some gems on there. Let's find the gems. Where's the gems?
Yeah, here they are.
So I think on this one we could actually use, because that is Secret C on the background,
we could use the yellow, the green,
the blue.
blue, or whatever it is.
Yeah, Secret C is blue. Thanks, Marlene. So I think it's like bringing in another colour, but no, we'll use that. Why not? Let's do it. And then just for something different, I will put one there.
Yeah, that stands up.
I might just do them across. This is my go-to when I don't know what I want to do with the gems. Oh, stuck to me. So Mum was talking earlier about how left-handed people are supposed to be smarter. So we're taking her to trivia tonight.
What happened the last time I went though?
What happened the last time?
I had nearly everyone right. Do you remember?
Yeah, you
I'm really guessing though.
Alrighty, so there's our card. That one finished. I don't know whether to put a little bit. I'll put a bit of wink on the inside, and then I can add something to it at a later date.
You've got to leave some vacant, otherwise you can have all your cards with something on it.
That's right, and
yeah.
And you know how often someone says to me, "Have you got a card?" Blah blah.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's what we've got. So I haven't put anything on that one, as you can see. That was the other one that we made with the upside down pairs that I will change. And this is the one that I made earlier. Okay, that's the cards for today. And I will come in with something else tomorrow. Mum should still be with me tomorrow. So I've got an idea for next week, and I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Just let me come up to the
She's forgotten.
No, I've written it down, Mum. You know me. If I don't write it down, I do forget. Okay. So yeah, that does look really light, doesn't it? I don't know what's different in here today at all.
Well, you're in a white shirt. Probably that's it.
No. All right. So I'll be back on again tomorrow. Thanks, Daryl and Marlene. Yes, I've actually enjoyed making those today. I really have. So, and it also gives you some idea of what you can do with the tearing of the two-tone paper. You've got that white core to it, which gives you a great outside bit. So yeah. All right, I will be back tomorrow at 9:30, and I will tell you what I have planned for next week. All righty, so have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. If you did want to purchase any of the paper and you don't already have a demonstrator, you can, here we go, wrong way. Up there's Shop with Me. You can just pop your camera on there, and that will take you to my shop. Okay, see you all tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Bye for now. Wave, Mum. They can't see you. There you go. Bye.